Hi everybody, hope you can hear me. Oh no, now the notifications will be keeping popping up, I don't know why. Nice seeing you here. Hi Ahmed. Hi, oh Maldives, it's very nice there. Hi Rene, Rasby, nice seeing you. So, yeah, well, okay, let's talk about today's stream, because I wasn't planning on starting with one thing, but something did happen yesterday night, and there was a formal introduction or introduction to something new related to Home Assistant. Hey, nice seeing you, Epic. So let's talk about that first. Goal for today's stream, as I said, I have received a couple of days ago this box here. It's a bunch of things for the enraged rabbit carrot feeder. This is the MMU, and I also printed the part, so I wanted to, we just chat while I try to build that thing. But as I mentioned, something happened yesterday, and yeah, first of all, I really wasn't expecting this to be announced in a such a way. I was thinking it will be like slow, it will just pop up from time to time, and I was really surprised, and I was also really overwhelmed with all the comments. Let's talk about Home Assistant Creator Network. This is something that currently, on the start of this network, there are currently 6 of us that cover both podcasts, because Home Assistant podcast is here, videos, but we also cover Twitter. I don't know if anybody is doing TikTok. The idea was, as far as I know, from Home Assistant devs and developers to talk to us, and also for us to talk to them, to try and get a bit behind the scenes info. For example, one of the first things we had last week, so on the Wednesday, this is the last Wednesday of the month, there is the usual release of beta for Home Assistant, and the day after that we had meeting with devs, all of the devs, and we went through the release notes. They talked about what's new in Home Assistant, more or less, I would say, in a way that some of us create videos for you. So, what's new, we went item by item. But what's new is that we were able to ask questions. So, for example, there is a parallel ability to run some actions now in parallel, and we were talking about those things. And one of the questions I think I popped up was, okay, when you don't want to use this parallel running, because now probably everybody will want to run automations that run parallel tasks, and there are some limitations, and cases that, for example, you have to be careful because the automation can fail, or this action can fail, or things like that. So it was really fun to be able to dive in deeply in some of the things and possible, I wouldn't call it issues, but way of thinking. Why was something introduced? What is the actual scenario they had in mind? Also, we, for example, heard something that I didn't know, which was really awesome to see. Sometimes in documentation, when you look at examples, the examples can be overwhelming in terms of how they are created, because there are simple ways, but Home Assistant has also criteria on how they write documentation, and it has to follow a certain set of rules. So while they would, for example, write something in a different way, in the documentation it has to be written in that way. So it was really fun. There is a ability for other creators also to apply. I know, and I really hope that others will apply too. But it was really, first of all, really nice to be invited there. Second of all, it was fabulous to see such a introduction. As I said, I didn't expect this to pop up in a Twitter and be hyped like that. So there were a lot of people that both retweeted that and also liked the news. So it was really, really, really nice. I'm not sure on this. Will definitely have impact on the content, not in terms of what I record, but there were a lot of times when I was doing something, preparing videos, and I didn't want to bother devs. There was no hidden channel for us, at least for me. Maybe some other creators did have that ability, but we didn't have any behind the scenes communication. So most of the communication I did with any developers was, I posted something on Twitter and Frank replied or didn't reply, or he saw my tweet and made a comment on it and things like that. So there was no backdoor communication between developers and most of the content creators, as far as I know. I know that some did have, but I know I didn't have. And it was really nice. I did ask a couple of questions. I was really, I wouldn't say scared, but I didn't want to close the door before it even opened to ask too many questions. But I know that I will be asking questions because I like to ask why. I like to understand not just how something works, but what's behind it and what was the intended purpose and how somebody envisioned it. I also had some questions that are not related to the latest release. I only had one question. I said I will not be asking too many questions for the first time. Hey Johnny, nice seeing you. BeardedTinker, yes. Rene, no, there is no contract. There is no money exchange. There is nothing of that kind behind the scenes. But it was really, it was really great to have the ability to talk with the guys directly. So it was unfortunately, as we are in different time zones, there will have to be two meetings. I was on the first meeting. I was also a bit late. I was in the car still. I'm bad with I'm stupid. So I had to get my daughter to Creation Television. She's giving voice to some characters for cartoons, and I don't know how I managed to completely mess up the schedule. So I was unfortunately half of the meeting in the car driving, but I did manage to get on that last part of the stream, and I was able to watch it, not just hear it, but also see it on the monitor. But I really believe that this will have both direct and indirect influence on the content in terms of us, all of us, and as I mentioned, others will join. I know that some apply. I really hope that Jeff will be able to join us also, but also the other, whoever wants to join the Creator Network will be able to join us. We have also Discord channel on the Home Assistant Network, which is close to us, where we can ask questions. and that direct communication, I think, will be something that will bring improvement. There is no intention of this being censorship in terms of they want to hear if there is a constructive criticism. Of course, they said they want to hear that part too. So I really do hope that this will be a nice expansion of what I'm currently doing. So yeah, I wanted to talk about it because unfortunately my week was very rough in terms of all the things I had to do. And on Friday I had 2 events I had to attend. One was the at 6 p.m. The other one was 8 p.m. And today I had one at 10 p.m. I just got home, so my voice is, yeah. So I apologize for the voice, and my voice still hasn't recuperated after the COVID. So I'll just mention it here. It messed up, of course, all of my schedule. I wasn't able to release video when I wanted to release the video. I was supposed to have streamed 2 weeks ago, and exactly on that date was also my birthday, so everything failed. We did have, my wife also got COVID, so yeah, but we managed to have at least peaceful Easter. Family together, so it was nice. And if you, unfortunately, in the last 2 of my videos, there are a couple of times when you can hear that either my voice breaks or when I started to have uncontrolled coughs. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was really, I really didn't expect any news published around that. I was expecting it, just to be something quietly introduced for us to be able to communicate with devs. And I was really surprised. I just got home around midnight, about midnight, and this was released, and I said on Twitter, I said, wow. I was really surprised. Okay, yeah, Rene, you are right. There are currently 150,000 active 150,000 active instances of Home Assistant. And one question where we were ending up the meeting was, will there ever be possibility to combine multiple instances? For example, I run my instance here, main setup, but I also have instance at my parents. And would it be possible to somehow have one management console for both of them, or at least in a future maybe Nabukasa to have ability to only have one account but with multiple instances? The answer, just to give you the answer on the first part, no, at this point this is not planned. And when I got the answer, which was developers answer to that, it's quite logical, because they said the problem is how to then divide devices and entities between 2 or 3 or 4 instances. You need to bring a lot of complexity. iOS application allows you to have multiple Home Assistant instances, but unfortunately I'm using Android version, and Android version so far doesn't have it. And in order for Android version to be able to have it, it has to be rewritten completely. So that's the current issue with Android. For the second part is the ability to have multiple instances in Nabukasa, so one account with multiple instances. The answer is maybe. It also has some effects which I didn't think of. For example, also related to how to know. So when you create your Nabukasa account, you also I wouldn't say it like that, but yeah, you expose your devices to Google, for example, if you have a Google integration, so you can use voice assistants to control devices. And this brings a lot of complexity to that part, for the system to have one account and 2 different sets of devices. So there are some things. But yeah, I thought I had a good question, and but the answer was better for no. So I really am hoping, and that means that also if you have any kind of concern or question in regards to something, you can now contact any of us here on the from this creator network, be it Luis, Mark, or whatever, and then we will try to ask devs and see if how something can be done. Also, they offered us help if we need for creating something, if something doesn't work, to see if it's issue on our side or bug in terms of creating better content. So if we get stuck somewhere with the recording and cannot figure out why something is not working, we can now try and ask them via the Discord server about that. So I'm really hyped about it. My voice doesn't show it, but I really am hyped. Paul, at this point, no, as far as I know. I know that some of what I'm doing currently, what I had, I'm not having that anymore, unfortunately, due to the discrepancies in the versions of virtual machine managers. But I did have a high availability cluster. I had two Synology machines that were running virtual machine manager, and one was primarily running it, but I had failover on the second machine. But it's I would call it expensive installation. I do have two because I use one for the recording and the other one for my home setup. But while we're on the subject, I also was today, as I said, also had some private engagement with the family, and I met with guys who are partners for Synology for Croatia. And I was also invited today to the event. Synology will be holding a local event. I don't know if anybody from you is interested in that, but there will be guys from the Synology, and I was officially invited as somebody in the ecosystem for Synology, and I may be able to have a possibility to directly talk and maybe record something with the Synology guys. So if that may interest you or not, just drop me a line. You don't have to do it in the chat. You can send me on a Twitter or Discord message. And maybe I will not just attend the event to see what's new, what's going on, how things are developing, but also if there are some good questions, I may do some kind of interview, which will be a first one for me. So I'm a bit scared about it. Yeah. So yeah, that's the intro for today. I also have one question. I'm always torn on the releasing of what's new in Home Assistant. For example, we now have 2022.5 coming. It will be released next Wednesday, and next Wednesday is also date when Wednesdays are normal days when I release new videos. So I did last 5 releases, I think. Video where I try to go over the new things in the release, and if I look at view counts, these are perfect videos because they have most views, and of course as a content creator you always want to have as many views as you can. But on the other hand, I don't want to create dull content, so I'm not sure if this is something that you really would like to see or not. If you would like me to go briefly through some of the notes, through all of the notes, to maybe focus on some things that I think are best parts or best things in the new release. So that is something that I really would like to hear from you. If it's okay for you, if you would like to change that format, or if you don't care about that. But yeah, DS218 is okay device. The plus version, it is really okay. Well, I have a home assistant system for about 2 years and developed. I'm concerned to have only one instance. I was thinking about Kubernetes cluster for high level. I don't have personally or privately. I don't have any experience with Kubernetes. I did go through documentation. I did play a bit with it. We work as a company with Kubernetes, but I'm not in a technical department. I'm just a poor sales guy. So I don't have personal experience with it, and my system is running in a virtual machine. So for me, it's very easy to create a snapshot of virtual machine and just use either native cluster or simply move the snapshot to other device. But that does require you to have two devices that support that type of virtual technology. I did play a bit with Vim for the virtual machines some years ago, but never to that extent. So I know what's your concern. That's my problem, because I know what happens if my main setup fails for sorry, if it fails for longer than 10 minutes, especially in the evening or night. During the day, yeah, we can live without lights, but when the evening starts, that can be an issue. So I'm not really sure about Kubernetes. Johnny, great. I will try. There will be a couple of people here. There will be marketing guys. There will be technical guys. They will be presenting what's new in the latest release 7.1. New devices that will be released this year. New surveillance station, I think, will be introduced. So I still haven't received. I met with the guy and he told me just pencil in the date you will receive the invitation. I still haven't seen official memo. I know that the event itself will last about 4 hours, which is not short but also not that long, and it will include some presentations and some demos afterwards. And I really like Synology devices, so I will definitely be attending that one. Okay, but yeah, so if I don't start, I will never finish it. We will probably not finish it in this stream. My idea for today is to try to assemble something, but also to have a chat while I'm assembling. So if you have any kind of a question, doesn't have to be related to the time I'm assembling, please feel free to pop it up. As always, this has become a custom for me. Each stream I have a sponsor, which really is not a sponsor. This time is Spar as Budget. Can you see it? It's watermelon taste. I'm just kidding. They don't sponsor me, but if they want to send me, yeah, why not? I don't drink energy drinks, but I like those energy drinks with the flavor. And I always try to find a new taste for each and every stream. Nice one. Watermelon. Summer season is coming. Okay, so the idea for today is to try and assemble this beast. I don't know how many of you, I know that some of you here are doing 3D printing. I love 3D printing. I do print not that much, or not that much that I would like to or want to, but I do print things from time to time. And one thing that I always wanted to play with was MMU. And MMU, it's a multi-material unit. It's a device that allows you to print multiple materials in a single print. So you can have multiple colors. For example, these prints here are one color only. If I would have MMU unit, any kind of multi-material unit, maybe I could have printed him with his visor in different color, or his boots in different color, or whatever. And some of you know maybe that I've also built Voron half a year ago almost, or less. It's May. No, it's still April. Yeah, tomorrow is May. So about half a year ago I built Voron, and I love the printer. It's perfect. It is not that easy to assemble, not that easy to tune it up, tweak it up, whatever. But when you build it, it's a beast. It just prints. For the couple of last weeks, I've been printing, changing materials, and I didn't have to do any kind of further calibration. I already have calibrated printer for this type of filament, for ABS, because I'm mostly printing now with ABS, and you just pop in the model, slice it, press the button, it heats up. After the chamber temperature reaches 40 degrees, I usually start printing then there, and it's perfect. But the idea was to be able to print multi-material, and Enraged Rabbit is the project by Ete that allows you to build device that would change filament based on the G code. And G code is the code that is G-code is a text code that is created when in a slicer, and that's the program that creates slices for printing. As you know, printing goes from bottom layer to top layer, and it slices that. Thank you, Rene. I had yamnica for lunch today, so I'm changing for something else. But nice, thank you. So, yeah, and how it looks. And there are a lot of MMU devices or commercially available products. For example, Palette 2 are one of the most known devices, but they are expensive. There is also option to buy a ready-made device from the Prusa. So you can go that way. But the idea is, I like building stuff. Any project that allows me to print something, assemble something with hands, do some coding, light coding because I'm not a programmer, is perfect project for me. So that's why I went for this project. Let's see why my PC is not behaving as I want it to be. Let me close this. Let me just close a couple of windows. I don't reboot my PC, I don't reset it, so it's probably now around 30 days of whatever garbage I've been doing on it. Let's close, okay. The CPU is really struggling, I don't know why. So these are multi-material prints. You can build this device in any configuration you want. Officially, it supports from 6 colors, 9, 12, up to whatever you want to build. I will be building 6 color version because I really am not sure if I will ever need more than 3 materials. So if I would ever need 3 materials, 6 would be double that. And this is the device. It's really fun. We will look at documentation. We will go through documentation now, and if you've ever seen Voron, for example, Voron is also printer that you print some parts that are required to be printed, but then also purchase some parts. The manual is excellent because it really guides you through all the steps, through setups. Hi, Chris. Nice seeing you. So there are some calibration prints. This box here, let me switch this camera also. Is this one should be, where's the mouse? Overhead. Yeah. So these are all the printed parts. I did cheat, so I already inserted all the heat inserts in. Hopefully also we don't have to lose time on these. I didn't assemble anything, but I did, for example, insert, these are the color carriages, and then you insert in each and every one of them number, and this number will be color. So for example, green can be number 5. I wanted to show you this, but I cannot find it currently. So there is a test print for you. Bon appetit, Dustin. Mahlzeit, or enjoy your meal. So the idea of calibration tool is you print it on your printer to see if your printer is capable to print parts that would later on work. Hey Sevag, nice seeing you. So as I mentioned, I printed all the necessary parts. These are all the parts that are needed. But besides printed parts, you also need other stuff. So this other stuff, this is the PCB. It's Arduino. You then need stepper drivers or stepper motors. They included this printed part, which I don't need as I already have one in the color I want. So more or less, everything needed for this build is currently here. And let's start building. As I mentioned, heat inserts I already inserted. So everywhere where I just tried to see if it fits or not. I didn't cheat it. So every place that needed heat insert, I did insert it already. Hi Pedro! Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder. Let me go. So first thing I have to assemble is filament block. Let me quickly just toss this back in the box. So we have more room and also enjoy the sounds of printed parts. And now that I have been idiot and returned everything to the box, let me find all 6 filament blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 IKEA boxes. I love them. They should go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these will be 6 colors I will be using. And we also need bearing insert. Bearing insert is this one, and if you look how everything is designed, it's designed to sit here, so you cannot misalign it. I really love both design of this, but general idea about Voron design is that it should be, KISS, keep it simple, stupid, and everything should fit only one way. Everything should be everything you print should be printed without supports. Everything you print should be printable on any printer that can print ABS. But as I mentioned, I built my Voron on Ender 3 printer. Okay, for this we need what? We need magnets and we need Bowden collets. So let me just dig in the box. This is miscellaneous. I think magnets and collets are here. Okay. This is it. I also have super glue somewhere. These are the clips. We don't need them now. Hi. Hi, Kema. Welcome, welcome. And now we will test if everything is printed okay or not. It should pop in here nicely. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 magnets are in. We need to add more. Let me find something that I can slightly push everything in like this. These it's funny how this is designed. So The magnets on top, which need to be aligned in this direction, will then be used with magnets that will be also inserted in the top cover. So if we have it like this, let me find power. Come on. Okay. Like this. So there is also magnet that goes here, and these should be same orientation, and that way this magnet here will be constantly pushing this up, because there is a magnet here and there will be magnet here, and they need to be pushing away one from each other. Okay, like this. Design is genius. Let me see if I have here super glue. Because we will need super glue now. Printed pencil box. I think that it's still maybe okay. And we need to insert that's an excellent question, and I'll show you, Pedro. So let me go to the main repository. For the filament, I will be using one of the user mods. This one, IKEA Drybox Carrot Patch. These are 6 liter, 10 liter IKEA boxes that are just wide enough to, to house everything that is needed. And that is the spool, the holder for the spool, but also this unwinding or winding stuff, because filament does need to retract, and that can tangle the filament, and you have failed prints, of course, if it gets tangled. So I will be using this, and it will be standing on my Voron. So that's why I will be using only probably 3 filament, because 3 filament is just enough to stand on top of the printer. And yeah, as I mentioned, as you've seen, most of the parts are printed, but I bought this kit here. I already recorded video for Mail Day about it, at least first part, unpacking. So I bought 6 version with motor, 136 euros and 7 euros shipping. So it was less than 145 euros for everything, and it includes everything: motor, stepper motors, sensor probe, all the bearings, nuts, fasteners, everything is included. Wiring is not included, and printed parts, as always, are not included. Okay, let's get back to this. So next step for me is to insert magnets also here, while the orientation for these has to be the same. So each and every one of these should have the same orientation. For the ones that are just pushed here, it doesn't matter how you it can be as far as I haven't seen if anybody has used it with Prusa. In terms of technology, there is no reason why it cannot be used with Prusa, but there is a cavity. It works as it was built for the Warren ecosystem, and I know that people are using it with Ender 3s and Annette printers. I think that you have to have clipper on it, and so depends, because it needs to be able to talk with the printer, because I would say that it adds extruder to the equation, and it also adds additional filament sensor. It has one sensor directly in the head of the printer. For the direct drive, when the filament goes beyond the direct drive motor before it goes into the heat block. It detects if the filament is there or not. And extruder can only catch filament when it reaches the motor, of course. The second extruder is on the top of printer or wherever you keep this ERCF, and it pulls filament out of the extruder completely, winds it back to the spool, and then selects the other filament and pulls it all the way up to the extruder. So I'm not really sure. I can check later and see. I know that there are a lot of printers that have been used with this, but I'm really not sure because of the Prusa. Prusa is using its own firmware. Super Slicer does support it. Prusa Slicer does support it because it's using standard commands for it. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, let's insert these here. I don't think that I will be needing super glue. Okay, one. These magnets, it doesn't matter which way you push them. I really need better screwdriver. This one is really not that good. Let me move everything a bit there. 1, 2. Okay. Three. At least this screwdriver is good for this. Unfortunately, torque on it is not that good. I wouldn't recommend it. It's Xiaomi one, Wow Stick. But I was fooled to buy it. I will be adding just a drop of glue later on. I think some of them need a bit force to be forced in, but the others go easily. And if they go too easy, it also means that they can escape or fall out. So that's why you may need a bit of super glue for them. Okay. And I think now comes the hard part. This was all easy part. We need to add this. And I don't have any tool for it. Okay, one is in. And it goes nicely here. Let's do the others. Just put the magnet back. I never knew that when I started YouTube channel I will be having so much magnets and buying so much magnets. I think that currently I have at least 200 or maybe even 300 magnets, different sizes and shapes. But yeah. Okay, second. Let's do them in order. People usually use Vice or something like that. Yeah, definitely. I will be getting ES 120, definitely, Pedro. This one is just, you know. ES 120 also has rechargeable battery. I forgot about that. This one doesn't have. And it can chew through the batteries like nothing. Oh, do you hear the clicking sound? Okay, so we have 0, 1, 2, 3. We have 2 more to go. Oh. This. The best thing about WoW Stick, and maybe the only thing about WoW Stick that I like, is this. All the bits in one place, nicely designed box for it, and in my opinion, maybe that's the best thing about it. It is. Oh. This screw on bottom that holds the battery, unfortunately, doesn't lock. So if you just gently unturn it, even for a millimeter, it doesn't work. So you have to be very careful. Yeah. Paul, you're right. Come on. Okay. You didn't expect any sweat on this stream, but I'm already sweating. Okay, so yeah. Wow, first page done. Now we have to find 6 latches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six. I was already sweating that I couldn't find it. It's terrible. When I was printing Voron, I know there were like 2 boxes, or maybe even 3 boxes of parts like this, and you have to find 8 of something, and you find 7, and you don't know if you printed the 8, if you lost the 8, where is the 8, because you simply cannot find anything in the box. So now we have to insert the latch, and latch goes like this, and we need one M3 by 16. Let me grab the box. Here are they. Fasteners. Let me just return the magnets and call it in the back. TS100. That's also, but TS100 is not yet. TS100 is a soldering iron, isn't it? Although that's something like son of devices. There is one type of device, it's TS0609, and if you look, you have a light bulb, switch, thermostat. There are at least 10 devices that have the same part number. I don't know what got into them. So if there is a TS100, if there is a TS100, I had never seen a screwdriver TS100. M3 by 16. M3, of course, it's probably the last one in the bag. Yay! Okay. Let's change the bit. TS80P. That's the newer one that was supposed to be better one. I've seen it. I don't know who has made a review on it. I've seen it, but I decided to go with TS100. I can't remember why. There was a reason why I didn't go with ATP version. I don't remember what was the difference. Was it the voltage? Was it the power supply? Was it... I can't really remember what was the reason for that. Ah, come on. Okay, does this bit fit? Yes, this bit does fit. This bit does fit. Oh, it's going. Okay, none of it has to be. Nice. You don't need to over tighten those. Yeah, it does say do not over tighten. Okay. At least part of the. When I started building, new one, can't remember the model now. The one that was at least he showed it. Yeah, I think I maybe seen it on his stream because I think that he was streaming it or doing video on it. When I started building, I bought this WoW stick for Warren build because when I started building it, there were at least I think a kilo of screws that you had to tighten, and my thumbs were really hurting me. So that's the reason why I bought electric. And as I mentioned, maybe this was not the best choice to go with this here, but it really at the end did save me off. Even if I had to torque it by hand, it's still better than just doing it manually. Oh, we were talking with you for long time. Just kidding. What did you miss? We were talking about WoW Stick and ES 120 and TS 100 and TS 80p. I think that you probably have something from TS series. If it's ES 100, then yeah, you didn't make mistake. You made the right choice. I made mistake with this. But yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Johnny, I tried this. You've seen it. I know that you've seen it. If not on Twitter, then more maybe on the Discord server. But I did try the hot plate, and it's so awesome. It's so awesome. And yeah, I know that you probably seen it because I also posted how I printed the template for the, or how it's called, template for the soldering pastes on 3D printer. I really didn't expect that one to work. But lesson learned. ES 15. It's so much easier. But not, when I was doing my most hated videos, and those videos are of course mail day because people mostly hate them, and usually when I release that video I see subscriber count going down, which is not something that you want to see, but okay, I understand. And I like those videos because those videos have pushed me towards some of the projects and ideas. For example, I see that somebody buys something. Dustin Watts, I think you had a couple of videos when you open something, or there are a lot of guys that do projects that also do mail day videos where they buy stuff for the projects, and I get ideas from them. I'm not that brilliant to do my own thinking, or they just inspire me to do something. So I think that when I purchased my solder paste, I said stencils, right, Sevak, sorry. I had a couple of beers today, I had a couple of drinks last night, and I'm not that, smart guy. So now I know the difference between solder pastes. And if anybody from you who is using solder pastes to solder anything would tell me something, come on, best cam fangirls. And 3, 2, 1. Why I can't block them? Report. Bye. Gone, girls. Thank you, Johnny. You are faster than me. I'm slow. So, what I wanted to say is the solder paste. If I would, for example, Johnny, ask you, okay, tell me something about solder paste. How I know that solder paste is good? How I know what good solder paste has to look, feel, what is the density? It's very hard to describe something like that, because when you don't see two different solder pastes and how they behave when you put them to use, you really cannot describe it. It's like, you know, how much, if somebody's not driving a car, how much do I need to push the pedal for the gas or acceleration? You know, it's something that you learn. Yeah, me too, same thing, Dustin. So when I was doing stencil for the when I was doing stencil for the 3D printed stencil for the hot plate, I used my first solder paste that I never kept in the fridge, and it just messed the whole board. Then I reapplied it and it messed the whole board. Then I put it to the fridge and it was okay, but it's still, you know, when I look at the YouTube videos or photos of other people doing it, you know, it holds perfectly. It when you lift the stencil, it keeps the shape of that inset where the paste needs to go, and that paste didn't hold it. Then I said, oh, but I have additional solder paste, and I took it out, applied it, and it was perfect. It stayed there. It was compact. It was not stiff, but it was holding its own shape. And now I know how real solder paste has to feel. Maybe the paste freshness is underrated, but the viscosity of the paste, I think, for this stencil is very important. Underrated. You said underrated. Yeah, I see. All the solder paste I have shelf life of 6 months maximum when kept cool, and I didn't keep any of them cool. Okay, it's not plus 40 here, but it can go up to it in the summer. Yeah, but I bought it after the summer, so it was maybe 25 degrees maximum. So now I'm keeping all my solder pastes in the fridge. Okay, so the last latch is installed. We now have to do gate key, and yeah, one of the things I had problem is this gate key. I crashed already 2 of them when I was testing something. I don't think I have any spare ones. So hopefully this one will survive. I need to insert 2 magnets inside. And this is important for the next step. If it crashes, I will reprint it after the stream, and we can do it without it, but it will be needed in the future. Okay, so 2 magnets, and those 2 magnets need to go inside. And please don't break. Once again. Come on, don't mess with me. It will break. It will break. It will break. Oh, it will break. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Maybe I can do it this way too. Let's see. I have to find gates. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see you. 5 and 6. Yeah, gates. I was sorry. As I was saying, there was really big difference between the solar pastes, and I really loved. I didn't escape. I'm here under my desk, just to show you, because it's still hooked up to programmer. For test purposes, I did this, and I was really impressed that even with the 3D printed stencil you can have such a clean soldering. It worked perfectly. I had no issue with the Zigbee module that I had previously, so I was really happy with it. And now I've printed all the stencils for all my projects or in the ABS, and I definitely know that I will be ordering in future. When I order PCBs, I will be also ordering stencils with them, because they are okay, they work, but they probably break after 3, 4, 5 use. Okay, you can reprint them in I think that I printed 5 stencils for 5 projects in 15 minutes, so that's no problem. Oh, what I have to find now is these are not these. I think these washers, we need these washers. Washers are specific. It has part number DIN 125 M3 steel washer, and it has to be steel washer because magnets have to work on it. I should have checked them previously, but I didn't check them. If there is an issue, I will resolve it somehow. Let's see if magnets, yeah, magnets work. So now comes the fiddle part. It has to be inserted. Let me just move this a little bit up. Move this stick out of the way. This. And as you can see, I need to insert it here. And it's so small and so fiddly, it has to go in an angle inside. Oh. Yes. I can't believe that I managed to do it. 0. And it goes where? On the back side. Let's flip. No. Don't. And it just pops in. Perfect. And if you look it like this, it's a filament hole which is now closed. And when you apply the magnet, come on, I applied the magnet. It's not moving. Why it's not moving? It should move. No, don't do it. Don't do. Oh, shit! I have to deassemble it. Disassemble it. I don't know if you've noticed, but I did notice. This also has number, so this number has to match this number. Yeah, but I didn't look and it didn't match, and this did fall out. Okay. Why it's not? So this is used as a gate for a filament. When the magnet is applied on top, it opens this hole. When the magnet is not applied, it closes the hole so the filament cannot get in it. Let me figure out the math. How does number 0 look like? This is number 0. Insert it like this. Use this gate here. Find number 0 and install it. and we already have here this magnet, and this magnet is currently pulling it down. When there is a stronger stronger magnet, you know what magnet is. When there is a stronger magnet on top, it will pull it up and open this hole. So yeah, that's what we need. We have one assembled. Now let's find number one. We have 0 assembled. Let's find number 1. I'm good at math. Not with talking, but with math I'm good. Okay, so 0 done, 1 done. If I would keep them neatly oriented, I would easily find them, but number 2 for the third filament, because we start with 0. Come on, go inside. Okay. For the gate. Push. Number 2. Number 3. Number 3 is already here. Number 3. Number 4. Okay. 4. And number 5. These washers have to be perfectly flat, so it can be very hard to insert them if they are not flat. So that's why I cast away those 2. I will be flattening them up for other parts of the build. For these I wanted flat ones. Okay, yay, we've done page number 12. By the way, there is a, oh my god, 140 pages. Let's go to page 13. We now have to build top hat, and for that we need these. We need magnets, okay, and I will be putting away all the washers and screws. This is miscellaneous. This goes in fasteners. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Whoa. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 of them are here, and we have to assemble BMG gears. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there are a lot of BMG gears. I love how you can buy them in parts. So we need these here, and I also need grease for them. Not grease as in country, but grease as in Greece. And I have super lube here. This stream is sponsored by Super Lube. If you need to oil your gears, use Super Lube. Just kidding. this was expensive. I had to order it from I don't know where. Okay, so what do we have to do now is we have to insert the magnets. So they, yeah, the Grease is musical. Lightning. I cannot sing you that one. I like that song, but I think I will get copyright strike because I just sound like Travolta. Go Grease Lightning, Grease Lightning. It was one of my favorite when I was in high school. I don't know, second or third year of high school. It was really my. So if this is okay. And if I insert it like this, it will be no good. But if I insert it like this, it should be... Oh, come on! 1. Is it repelling? Repel! It sounds like, you know... Omen movie. Repel. Repel! Okay, this one is repelling, and we want repellion. Repellion. Not rebellion, but repellion. Yeah, of course. I had to test fit this one, and it now messes with... Okay, we'll do it last. 1. 2. Nobody said that this will be workout. 3. Okay. No. 3. No. Come on. 3. Yes. 4. 5. And 6. Come on. Please. It just doesn't want to go. Oh my god. Sorry for the cough. It's post-COVID. Come on. Okay, let me first push those in. 1. 2. 3. Oh, this one goes cold. This went inside fully. Now let me do the others. Okay. I really wasn't expecting exercise today. Yeah. I still have to think on what will be my next video. Maybe it will be 2022.5. I'm not sure. I will decide on that tomorrow. And I have to record it also tomorrow, late evening. Because we returned, I don't know if any of you did, but we returned completely to the office, but that's no issue, you know. Working from home or working from office was more or less the same. But also meetings with customers on customer sites returned, mostly. And I don't know if people were hibernating last couple of months or years, but the quantity of work, it's just, I don't want to say unbearable, but it's a little bit overwhelming. So I just cannot do anything on the weekdays. So I have to record it on Sunday to be able to edit it maybe on Monday, release to channel members on Tuesday, and do full release on Wednesday. Okay, this one really doesn't want to go in. Let's see if I can. Clean it up like this. What I managed to... Yeah, I managed to damage one of the magnets. Yeah, we knew that it was preparing for us to return to the office. Management wanted to allow us to work partially from home, depending on if I have client visits. It's same for me if I go to the office and then to the client, or I go directly from home. But we have a problem with local law because our fine governments, and I do have to recommend them to you. If anybody wants to take them and use them in your own country, we can agree on that. You don't have to. We can even arrange some kind of payment from us to you. But we had 2 years of work from home, and everything functioned perfectly. But the legislation wasn't changed. What they did is they just suspended any kind of supervision, meaning that there are some laws that require you, if you send people home, for example. I just talked with one of my clients last week about it, and I was like, what? They had, for each employee that moved home, they have to provide, of course, equipment for him, and it included monitor, laptop, keyboard, chair, ergonomical chair. Okay, I agree with all of that. But then they paid outside consultant that had to verify that electricity or cabling is according to the law, because it is required for any place of work that have, how it's called, verified and authorized, and how it's called when it's stamped officially, electricity or electrical wiring. And also it requires you to have, stickers with emergency exits. Where are they? So that guy had to visit all of the employees, or that team of guys had to visit all of the employees that were working from home, do electrical testing, gas testing, make sure that he has fire extinguisher at his place of work, because and also those green stickers that light up in the dark, so you know where the emergency exit is. Certified, yeah. It's like, oh my god. And our company wanted to allow us to keep working from home, and then they checked with the legal department and HR, and they said, listen guys, safety measurements, for electricity, gas, you have to have fire extinguisher, you have to have light levels of whatever. So everything that you really need to have in an office building, you have to have at your own home. Evacuation routes. It's like, oh, managed to get it off. Thank you. I'm already sweating. I was sweating 20 minutes ago. Now I'm really sweating. Come on. Last magnet. Sorry, I will be starting saying some bad words now. If you don't go in now, I will reprint you, and I will destroy you in an eternal fire of doom. Yeah, same thing. It's terrible. I think that people learned nothing. And, thank God, epidemics is over, at least they say so. Yeah, my wife and I got COVID a week after epidemics was over. But officially epidemics is over, so okay, nothing happened. Let's go back to previous usual, previous normal, or previous whatever. Okay, now I'm really... Now I will cut my fingers. And in terms of number of people, we have been hiring for the last 2 years. And we have problem with... No, don't tell me. Yay, this is done now. Let me just verify that. Oh, no, back in. It's not done. So, in terms of people working at the office, we have been growing and hiring and growing. We have a lot of people. We do not have a lot of people. We don't have that much people as we would like to have because we simply cannot hire enough. But we have grown a lot. And now we also have in the same offices our colleagues from the Ukraine office because we are headquarters here. It's very unusual for a Croatian company to be headquarters. There are only a couple of them that have, people working for the Croatian company. For example, Rimac car maker or Infobip. But we are one of them. So we relocated a lot of people, everybody that we could or that wanted to reallocate from Kiev office to our office, and it added to the headcount. Let me just... Everything is okay. Come on. Die, Romeo, die. Okay. This was easy. Come on. Who would have thought that would be streaming fighting with magnets? It's just like 20% of this page done. Okay, so the magnets are now in. Yay, this was eventful. And now we have to do BMG idler assembly. And there are 2 gears inside. Ho 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 ho! Zlatko. Pozdrav. Hi, Zlatko. Nice seeing you here. Are you back or are you still working abroad? So there are 2 types of gear. This one has the grab screw and this one doesn't have the grab screw. And I will be probably making a mistake. I need these without grab screw. Let me put that back in the bag. Shaft is here. Grab screw in the bag. So, Zlatko. Yeah, I was his manager. long time ago in a galaxy far away. Oh, a lot of years have passed since then. And that's probably last time I said, no, I don't want to be manager. Not because of you, but because of other managers. It was like terrible experience. The peers are the problem, not the people. Peers. Nice. Congrats. I've been silently following you. I really like what you guys did. I'm really proud of every single one of you. Really proud. It's one of the most satisfying things in life that can happen is if you have good people. If you have excellent people that really work great, and a couple of years later you see them in a big top Fortune 500 or international companies or things like that. So I'm really happy for most of you have gone out, unfortunately, of the country, but I'm really, really proud of every single one of them. That's the best part, working as manager, seeing other people succeed and do something. Worst part of management was management stuff with management. Yeah, I hated that part, reporting and things like that. I said, no. I see issue here. I see issue here. Issue here is the hole for this idler. It just doesn't want to go in. Let me get scalpel. Don't do this. Don't do this with scalpel. Let's see if this will now go in or not. I have to use this harder part of table. Sorry. Oh, it is. It looks like it is. Yeah, it's okay. Great. So 1 done, 5 more to go. Nice. Let me just insert this one a bit more. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to get with Mirza. He's been in Zagreb now for a long time, and we exchanged messages, but ever since he has become big boss, I only talk with his guys from the sales department, unfortunately not with him, but I've told him he cannot avoid me. Yeah. Okay, so 1 is down. So we have to repeat this 6 times. And where does this go? So it has opposing magnets. And it goes like this. When you... It will not be easy fit. But when I push it completely in, this magnet will push on this magnet and this will be hovering up. And when it needs to engage, it will just drop down. So that's the general idea of this part. Let me now just do... Where is the... Oh, it's in here already. Let me just insert a bit of grease. Okay, that's it. Just a second. So this is what's stopping this idler or shaft going in. Thank you. Mislim na onu rolu papira. Pa, dobro. Okay. Okay, bye. Okay, this doesn't go here. I almost made a mistake. This one has a grub screw, and this needs to go in the one one that doesn't have grub screw. Okay, let me put this on the side. This is really tiny and it has gears here. Let me put it like this. It has gears here that rotate, so that's why you have to put a little bit of grease. It doesn't have to be greased that much, but a little bit of grease really helps with it. Let me add just a tiny bit more. Okay. So it goes like this, and then we insert it and push it here. And that's it. This one is done too. So we have one, two done, 4 more to go. Let me return this back in the bag. Open a new one. Return immediately this with grub screw in the bag. We don't want to repeat what happened last time. Take a bit of grease, but this is not grease. Just tiny bit of grease. Shaft. Rotate it, insert it. Pull it out. And that's it. Just stripping a bit of hole here, it goes easier like that. Gears go like this, shaft goes like this. Hopefully, go, go, go. And third one is done. 3 more to go. It's really dumb process. I don't know how I managed, how I thought that we would be finishing this build here, but I will not be bothering you. I know that a lot of people hate, not a lot of people like building 3D printers or stuff around 3D printers. So most of the stuff, and especially the code, because that will be painful process, will be done offline. I don't know if anybody would ever like to see the second part of this stream where we finish assembling everything, but we have some time still to go today, but we will not be finishing that today, definitely not. Okay, let's rotate, grease everything up, pull it out. Oh, nope, not insert. We have to wiggle the hole or clean the hole. It sounds nastier than it really is. And insert the shaft. Okay. Come on. Just a tiny bit more. I think it's okay. We have 2 more to do. Okay. Insert. Add grease. Grease lightning. Go grease lightning. Grease lightning. Go grease lightning. I'm not going to sing. Ho 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 ho! Neven, nice seeing you too here. Oh, this is right down the memory lane. Really, really nice seeing you too. Yeah, we should make a party of former colleagues working for a company we will not be mentioning. Nice seeing you. Where are you now? In what country? Are you also out, or are you home, or... I'm trying not to spoil your location. Oh, privacy. Yeah, this is becoming really, yeah, it's fabulous Saturday. Fabulous Saturday. Thank you guys. It was really nice seeing you. Yeah. You made my day. You made my day. You made my day. I was talking about you. I was on a meeting with somebody, and we were talking about people, how you're happy when you find, you know, young people either doing a first in Germany, nice, either doing a first job or a second job, but really starting fresh, and you see a potential, you know, that they have something that will make them something. You don't know what, but you see that spark or that energy or that motivation in them. And then, you know, we all become older, 10 years later or more years later, you read about them, you see them somewhere, and you're like proud. Oh yeah, I know those guys. And that's yeah. Okay, so next step. So these 6 are done. Now I have to find, you probably can't see markings very well. You see 2 dots here. These ones have 3 dots and 4 dots. And I need to find ones with 1 dot. It's called top hat lockers. And if there is a problem with it, if for example it doesn't feel right or it's too weak pressuring the filament, then you have to use the stronger ones. I think that 5 is the strongest one. But I printed 6 of each number, and now it's really hard to find just the ones that you need, and that's the ones with only 1 dot. So I will probably be spending rest of the stream trying to find them. We have 4. No. 2, 4, 5. I still need 1. I will be probably in 2 weeks in Serbia. So if anybody is in Belgrade in 2 weeks time, we can have beer. And after that, I don't know where I'll be. Actually, I know where I'll be for a couple of things, but they will be all here in Croatia. What am I missing? I'm still missing 1. Come on. Oh, is this? Oh, come on. No. And how's it in Germany? Is it okay? And Johnny, are you going on in a Legoland or doing business or just having fun? I'm going in a Belgrade on a conference, and I will be probably from 17th till the 19th. I will be going with the work, of course, but I always have time for a beer. Just having fun, nice. We were planning on going somewhere this spring, but I asked my wife if we can push it later on in June. I just have too much stuff going on currently at work, and I couldn't take. I could take days off. That's no issue. But the problem is that I don't want to take days off when I know that my mobile phone will be ringing and I will have to do something, which there is no reason to take days off if you know that you will still have to work. Thursday, Sunday. Nice. Okay. Let me insert these. As I said, these are inserted now. It's called top hat lockers. But I may need to replace them depending on the friction between the filament and idlers. 2, 3, 4. I don't think that I'm installing at this point those top hat lockers. We just have to prepare everything. They are installed later on after most of the things are assembled. And I also think that this was the last part needed for the for this. Okay, next thing is bearing inserts. Yeah, like I know what kind of bearing is what. Nope. Stepper motor and switch. Not these bearings. These bearings here. MR855ZZ, which is probably this one. No, this one is too big. I think it's this one here. 245. We have 5 of the same bearings. Motion, motion, motion. Gates, belt, idler, idler. Bearing 5 is, yes, MR85ZZ bearing. So this is this one. Come on. Magnets. They're just so attractive. Come on. Nobody said that this assembly will be also a workout. Okay. This sits nicely. Nice. So this part is done. I already did remove. No, I didn't remove. Oh, this is so satisfying. Yeah, if you have something to do it with. I don't have. I didn't have. These are print-in-place supports. This is also one of the great stuff about Warren printers. If any part does require you to have support, it has to be print-in-place support, which you just easily remove. So there was a support because this was printed like this, and there was support needed for this upper part. And it was printed in such a way that you just pull it out and that's it. I love those small design ideas or workarounds around the problem. Gearbox, thank God, something else. Ah, cheers. Cheers, cheers. Okay, so we will skip this part because users of ERCF, how 3D Nero calls it, or ERCF Easy Board, and I didn't even show that one. So this board requires you to have, this device requires you to have a controller, and this is for controller for it. ERCF Easy Bird version 1.1. This is Arduino here. You insert 2 stepper drivers and bunch of connections, encoder and stop, etc. And since we are using this board and not connecting everything directly to the printer, we will be skipping this wiring part because wiring is done differently. for the wiring part if you are not using this board, and this can be built without this board. You have to wire everything to one place, then blah blah blah. But yeah, as I said, we will not be doing it, or I'm not doing it. Heat inserts, we have already heat inserted everything. Let me check. 1, 2 here, 1, 2 on top. Then we have 1, 2 here and 1, 2 here. So this is all. Oh, we need to insert bearing here. I'll probably insert it in the wrong hole. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, this one fits perfectly. Okay, we are done with this page. 20. Oh, shoot. Already. I didn't expect this one already. So I need to get switch. This is selector end stop. It is used to detect when the selector moves completely in one direction. It touches it and it knows that it's not now homed. So that's used for homing. That's like a rocket homing device, really. And it should go like this, and the lever needs to go like this. Okay. Hopefully. Come on, let's twist again. So as I said, it goes like this. Yeah, it goes like this. M2 by 8 or M2 by 10 SHCS screw. I think I have M2 by 8s. But let me entertain you. No, I promise I will not be singing. Oh, here they are. Just a second. I'm missing some tools. Thank you. Hvala. Let's see. Oh, these are tiny. That's what she said. Yep, the smallest one goes here. These are screwed in directly into the plastic, so they shouldn't be over tight. You just have to keep it in place. Satisfying sound, clicking sound of a switch. Okay, so this is also assembled. We are really going through this very fast. Already on 21st page and we are finished. 22nd page, we have to insert bearing. Heat inserts are already in, top, bottom, and 2 here. Bearings. Bearings. Bearings, bearings, bearings. Here is the bearing. We will finish all 140 pages in another 10, 15, 20 minutes. Nah. Okay. So I think that this one needs to, oh, grub screws there. This one goes in, but it's a bit, it looks like it's not completely flashed in, but it is as it should be. That's it. Yeah, it doesn't go any further. Okay, so we have this finished, we have this finished. Nice. I'm using a bit different part for this because, as you can see on this image here, you have 3 connectors for the wires, and since we are using this easy board or easy BRD, we are not using that one. The heat insert is already here, so yeah, it's a bit different part, but still. And now we have to find NEMA 14. This tool that is used to align grub screw or grub screw, which also means that I need grub screws, which needs, I need those, how it's called, idler, how it's called, pulley, idler, no, idler is this one, we need this one here, so this needs to go on top of the motor, and we have this tool here that is used to align it. But how does it? Just a second. Why doesn't it fit? Okay. 3. Get the tools out. Come on. Oh, how I like it when it gets stuck. I will first align this grub screw here like this. And don't tighten, not tighten it. Just a second. Zita. I'm missing thread locker, sorry. Because I can align it, but in order for it to be tightened, I need thread locker. Yeah. That's it. It's easy to do it by one hand. Okay. Na onoj na bijelim kutijicama na terasi. Na onima skroz prema... sorry. Merci beaucoup. Voila. Loctite 243. It's a blue thread locker. And I need just a drop. And that stuff is so messy. So let me prepare everything. Yeah. I didn't open it. No. Shoot. It was too much on my fingers. And then when you tighten it up, tighten it nicely. Don't use the ball side. And don't over tighten it. Tighten it, but don't over tighten it. Thank you, Pedro. I will be also wrapping up in a couple of minutes. I want to just assemble this part here. By the way, I really do hope, Pedro, that Jason from LDO Motors will send you something. I really think that you deserve. You are really bringing a lot to community. If I'm maybe able to say it, but more than some creators who receive a lot of trash in regard to the 3D printing, you really are doing a lot for the fluid and development and continued or newly fired up development of fluid. And maintaining clipper and fluid, I think, is really important thing, not just for community. So I really do hope that Jason does send you something. I don't think that he has recognized all the hints you were telling him and I was sending him, but I really do hope. Okay, so it's now assembled. One word of caution: when you are assembling everything and you have stepper motors working, when you assemble them to the board, the problem with them is that they can produce power, meaning if you turn them too fast, they produce power and this can burn the board. So whenever the stepper motor is connected to whatever electronic you have or board, nice and slow turns. When it's not, you can play with it. I don't know how, I never burned any motors so far, but yeah. So we have to use M3 washers. M3 washers. No, these are M5 washers. These are spares. And M3 by 16 and M3 by 12s. M3 by 16s. So these are M3 washers, the same ones we used for the gate. M3 16s and M3 by 8s, no 12s. No. M3 by... Okay, so everything is here. Let's put everything back. This here. Okay, so motor needs to go here and wires, it's like what? What part? It's like this. Yeah, it's like this. So motor needs to go like this. Wires need to be on this side. Why do I? How bearing? But bearing. Oh yeah. Okay. Bearing needs to go here. Yeah. Oh, everything is okay. Everything is okay. So M3 washers. We need 2 of them and M3 by 16s. Let me get to M3 by 16s. Two are here. 2 washers. One, 2. Oh, nice.
But that doesn't mean that you should stop dreaming.
Have fun, Johnny. Have fun. And I hope you have better beer this time than the last time. I had pretty good beer today. And it was really fun. It looks short, M3 by 16. No, it's okay. So M3 by 16. Let's align it like this. Come on. Okay, and we need one M3 by 12. Okay, we will also be... Oh, so yeah, at least you can call lager to... Yeah. But just imagine if they don't have lager and said, no lager. Yeah, it would be fun. Okay, this one is in. These 2 are tightened down. And I also like those details. Do you see engraved logo of the enraged rabbit card feeder? It's so fun when guys do things like that. Let's insert the bearing here, which probably I could have done before inserting the motor. It could probably been easier, but Johnny, so have a good time. I really do hope that you will be having a... Yeah, I had gin and tonic yesterday. I had everything yesterday. I was at the birthday party. One of our friends was celebrating 50 years. And I had a lot of everything. We all had a lot of everything. Have fun. So, this one is also in. Page 24, wiring, we don't care about it. And yeah, I think that we can wrap up the stream for today. 2 hours have been up. Thanks everybody who joined. As I said, don't forget to drop me a line if you have suggestions into regard of the 2022.5 or future release videos. If you are into them, not into them, do you want me to go faster through more release news or slower and then look at some specific while skipping through the other skipping to other stuff that was added in the latest version. So if you have any suggestion or preference for the format of that, drop me a line. I'm not, as I said, I'm still not 100% sure that I will be making that type of video, but who knows. As I said, I'm not that keen towards those videos, but unfortunately they also create a tremendous volume of views, and as a content creator you also try to go for views, not just my silly project says, oh, by the way, I don't know if anybody did, I'm still playing with that ADSB airplane tracker. Yeah. So thanks everybody for joining. Rene, once again, thank you for Jamnica bottle. Next time we will not be having as budget energy drink. We will get a bottle of Jamnica for the stream. Neven, Zlaya, it was nice seeing you. Thanks everybody for joining the stream, and I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you all. Bye bye and have fun. Oh, and have a nice weekend. And tomorrow is, don't forget, May 1st, and yay, Union, maybe something like that. Thank you, Savek. Emma, nice. Everybody have fun, and like looks like storm is coming. Yeah, they said that unfortunately each May 1st we have bad weather, so you cannot go anywhere. Bye everybody, Dustin, bye, and I'll be seeing you next time. Until then, bye bye and have fun. And now let me try and find stream end. And I also must not forget to